Hello, wow, this is actually my first live stream on YouTube. So hello to all my YouTube friends. No, I don't want to rotate my device, all is good, thank you very much. What I wanted to talk about was actually something that I've been contemplating for a few months. Part of this is the fact that my teacher brought up the term of personal paradise and also optimal temporal reality. And I think the optimal temporal reality one comes from Corey Good. So if you've been watching anything on Gaia TV, you may have actually come across his work. I think Cosmic Disclosures, something he does along with David. Not David Icke, the other one. I've forgotten his name, don't worry, but it's all on Gaia. And the third one is actually Divine Design, is something that I've taken from a book called The Game of Life. And I've really been playing around with these terms and what they actually mean, and kind of meditating for guidance, because I thought they all meant the same thing, but I actually don't think they do anymore. So here's my attempt to explain them for you. On a very cold day in December, when it's beautiful and I just want to be outside. Basically, the divine design element is what we have been born into. So if you can imagine that your soul had a plan for you when you came to this planet in this life, in order to be able to learn the lessons that you need to learn, that you are choosing to learn for your soul's evolution. So you can imagine that we review our lives between lives every time we have a life, whether it's here on earth or somewhere else, where we embody somewhere in some kind of form. So we're out of our energy bodies. Sorry, my eyes are streaming, my nose is streaming, everything's happening here. Yeah, so basically your divine design is kind of like what your soul chose for you. That was the point of you coming to this earth, to evolve your soul. And so key people, key experiences, key events would be set up by your soul in order for you to be able to learn what you're here to learn, to have the opportunities to grow and to learn the lessons that you need to learn. So typically, as our souls grow and evolve, what they do is they move from a sort of not really knowing why things happen to them, to then being able to see how they influence the things that happen to them by their own expectations. And so this could be a long conversation in itself, but let's just say in our soul's evolution, we will have to pay both the victim and the persecutor in order to have a well-rounded experience of what it means to really truly have power and to be empowered, and what it means to take people's power away. So that's an example that I hope will give you an idea of what it means to evolve your soul. Is one lifetime you might have had an experience of victimhood, another you might have had an experience of being a dominator, so being a persecutor, a judge, and then somewhere in the next life you might have the experience of remembering both sides, and therefore what it means to be truly empowered and in integrity, so as not to rob people of their power. So divine design is really your soul's calling. It's your soul's blueprint for the life that you're here to live. When I move into optimal temporal reality, I'm talking about your best possible version of your now moment. So this is you today. This is how I understand it. So Susanna Kennedy is my teacher. She's explained it in certain ways. How I'm resonating with it is that your optimal temporal reality, well, I'm the same person today, as in I'm not going to suddenly change my form massively, but I can live my life from the best possible perspective today, which is going to shift my awareness, it's going to shift my perception of what's going on, it's going to allow me to see the good and to reframe things that keep me in victim consciousness, and therefore empower me to create an even better optimal temporal reality tomorrow. So it's your best possible now moment, which comes from you being able to view things in the best, most enlightened, most conscious way, everything that's going on in your life, so that you're not causing harm to others and you are not attracting harm to yourself. And then the third term, which is your personal paradise, is kind of like, it's your conscious will, it's your passion. It's like, what is it you want to create in this life? What do you have a desire for? What do you want to do? How do you want to live your life? It's different for us all. We're not all the same. Consumerism says we all want the biggest, fastest car and the biggest, most flash house and the most, I don't know, the job that gives us the most accolades and makes us feel most powerful, God knows how you actually put it, but we don't all want the same things. Some of us want to live in tiny houses, some of us want to live as recluses, some of us want to be right in the hub of things, some of us want to know what it's like to share community within a same space, others want to live privately. Like, we want different things. I can't stand doing technical things, you know, that's not my thing. I love doing creative things. We're all different. So just before I get completely bombarded by children all around me, I'm just going to finish this video and say that ultimately your personal paradise will be guided by the things that you feel a passion for, okay? So anything that you have a desire to create in your life, that is what your personal paradise is about. And you can achieve your personal paradise through inviting the awareness of your divine design and your higher self from your optimal temporal reality to guide you to notice the impulses of your heart and to start to follow them, to not put them aside and consider them to be pipe dreams, but actually to start to imagine what it would feel like to have what you want. Because your optimal temporal reality will allow you to align with your divine design, and that will then empower you to be able to start to build your personal paradise here on earth. So I hope that works for you as an understanding that engaging with your higher self from your optimal temporal reality will allow you to remember your divine design, what you're here to do, your soul's purpose, and it will in turn allow you to build your personal paradise. So it's all exciting, it's all wonderful, and these are the things that I support you to do. So, you know, if you're interested in awakening these aspects of your being and knowing more about them, then please get in touch with me, book a breakthrough call. You can get in touch via my website, which is www.rosieglow.com, or you can email me, rosanna@rosieglow.com. And you can also look out for the various things I do on my Facebook channel, Rosie Glow. I run new moon and full moon meditations every month that are free. I'm looking at a membership program in the new year for anyone who's done some work with me, but I also run online coaching programs, so group coaching and one-to-one coaching. And as I am making this at the time of year that is otherwise known as Christmas, I invite you also to check out my festive first aid kit offer, which is designed to support you through making this festive period your optimal temporal reality version and starting to co-create and build your personal paradise around what this festive period would look like if everybody had their needs met, if everybody felt their needs were important. So I'll put the link in the text box below this, but for now I hope you've enjoyed this little contemplation of these aspects of your multidimensional nature, because if you subscribe to this channel, you know that my perception is we are well beyond our human selves. We are multidimensional beings of love and light that are co-creators of our reality, and as a result of that, when we learn to use the power we have, we can really use it as a force for good. And that's what I'm passionate about, that's what I'm sharing with you. And on that note, I'm going to leave it here. So I'm going to see if I can turn this off. Lots of love for now. Take care. Have a happy Christmas. Bye. Let's see if we can work this out. How to turn it off. Cool. End live stream. Who's this? Cool stream. I left you like a...